Thanks for staying with us. The Milwaukee County Office of Equity works to make sure everyone in Milwaukee County has equal access and opportunities. It doesn't do that work alone. Local elected officials and community organizations also support and advance opportunities and programs for a more equitable community. Let's learn more about the Milwaukee County Office of Equity with Interim Director Paula Phillips. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Denise.
Why is the work of the Office of Equity important to everyone in Milwaukee County, regardless of their particular racial or ethnic identity?
Well, simply put, Denise, we all do better when we all do better. So the Office of Equity is committed to achieving the mission of Milwaukee County that by achieving racial equity, we'll become the healthiest county in Wisconsin. We really do that by investing in community empowerment through all municipalities here in Milwaukee County and really thinking about meaningful ways to bridge the gap between residents and county leaders so that we can solve some of our biggest problems together.
One of the things you mentioned is that this work that you're doing is really aligned with the county executive's goal to remove racial disparities so Milwaukee County is the healthiest county in Wisconsin. Can you give us some examples of what that work looks like in terms of some programs or opportunities that you offer?
Sure. So here at our office, we create resources for county leaders to really strengthen their racial equity work, whether it's different ways of thinking about setting up projects, working on cross-departmental projects to address inequities across our system-wide policies, practices, and procedures, or creating our own media, videos, our newsletter, supporting community-based events. All of these things help our county-based leaders, as well as our community leaders, connect with one another so that we can see Milwaukee County become stronger and more equitable in the region, as well as our government.
What does that look like throughout the county? Because I'm guessing that just based on the geographical and racial makeup of different communities within Milwaukee County, the work looks different.
Sure. So when we talk about systems level change, things that we're focused on as we work with our county leaders are looking at our actual policies and practices. So we've really been working hard with department leaders to look through a number of policies, practices, and procedures, really trying to understand, does this support equitable outcomes for everyone, or is it unintentionally perpetuating a status quo where we see these gaps? And if it is perpetuating a status quo, are there opportunities to provide recommendations to the county board to update different policies, practices, and procedures? In terms of what it looks like, here our offices are located off of Clark and Martin Luther King Drive. So what we might be working with here in Harambe might look different from how we work with our neighbors in Shorewood as they're addressing equity issues there. We make sure that we're in consistent communication with municipal leaders, really understanding what that work looks like in every different place and really coming alongside people that are already in their municipality, whether it's the city of Milwaukee, West Allis, what have you. So we don't try to impose or assume that we know how to provide a solution across every municipality. That's why partnership is so important to us.
So you really can be a resource for communities as they work to do this work around equity and having equal opportunities for everyone.
Yes.
Is part of it helping people understand when you talk about policies and procedures that doing things in a different way can actually remove barriers that might exist? For example, having health departments open only certain times. Is that the kind of work that you can help people look at more of a micro level?
Sure. So a way that we try to help residents understand what are potential different practices that government is in charge of that we can update and change that can actually affect real people and real outcomes. So something that recently happened here at Milwaukee County was a land breaking for a new Marshall Coggs building where we host a lot of health services. And who's developing that building, where it's located. We're all informed by residents being at the table saying the importance of having it located close to the old building, the importance of having developers that are from the area, as well as the importance of making sure that we can rethink that as a health hub versus just a place where people are getting social services. So we have important partners like a Franciscan food group that helps not just what you would think about in terms of normal Milwaukee County government services, but community-based partners. Who are the right community-based partners to be in that building with us, and really think about it less of a place where you experience barriers to getting what you need, but an actual place where you can go and feel and be healthier. So it's one of those things where we help our community-based leaders be at that table when those discussions are happening. You can see that in terms of our ARPA allocation here at Milwaukee County. Our ARPA task force had a community advisory board. You can go online right now and look Milwaukee County ARPA and see the dashboards. Where has all this money gone? Who are the community-based partners? What are the projects that they're doing? Because we recognize it's not important just when we're making these decisions, but what's the follow-up? What happened after we made that decision and making that publicly available?
And that really then also helps to inform the work that you want to do that really changes the quality of life for everyone in this community.
Correct.
Well, Paula, we really want to thank you so much for being here with us today. We all work hard and we all want to make sure that we live in an equitable community, a community that's fair to everyone. So thank you for the work that you and your office is doing to help us get there.
Thank you so much, Denise. Happy to be here and grateful for this time together.
Great. If people want more information on the Office of Equity, they can go to the Milwaukee County website, county.milwaukee.gov, and then search for the Office of Equity. When we come back, a striking look at hunger right here in Milwaukee County and what we can all do to help.